Hello and welcome to the Outside Man podcast. As you can see, we had to get rid of a couple of blokes.
Yeah, they just weren't pulling their weight.
They just weren't pulling their weight, so out they go. But yeah, unfortunately, Jase and Cullen couldn't make it, so it's just the A team, the original team,
the OG team,
the OG team. So you know, because we built this up from the ground up, so into the powerhouse that it is now.
We built this
city on rock and roll.
We did.
Yes.
Well,
anyway, how was your weekend?
I had a great weekend. Did you get the 2 points this weekend?
No.
I did.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. Cows had a good win as well.
Yeah. Broncos won.
Sharks.
Yeah. So Tigers are up at the moment.
What's the score?
It's 24-22 with 10 minutes to go. So we might have to pause with 5 minutes to go.
Warriors.
If that happens.
Yeah.
Quick story though.
Yeah, quick story. We love stories.
So I had this man around for the footy on Friday night, and then
it's true.
I had cricket presentations on at the Moolah Bowls Club, and this man followed me.
No, I was there before you got there, actually.
Oh, okay.
So you followed me there.
Yeah, I followed you there.
And then I'm at home, and he rocks up at home.
Yeah, so...
You've got to do the podcast.
Like, we're...
You may as well just move out of here.
Yeah, I know.
Come and live in the shed.
I know. Yeah, as long as you cook for me, I'm happy.
Yeah, well, dinner's on right now.
Oh, okay. Yep, so... Yep,
We'll
turn your phones off, people.
Yes. I got a ding.
Anyway, let's we'll talk about the week. Are we going to talk about controversies first, or
you had a controversy or a talking point?
Yes, a talking point. Okay, so my talking point was, it happened there. Like it's a bit of a. It happened when the Raiders played the Sea Eagles 2 weeks ago, and Ricky Stewart came out and said, he was talking about the refereeing decisions and just how bad they were. Well. When they played the Cowboys over the weekend, we saw that the Cowboys had some very unlucky calls and the Raiders got the rub of the green. So my point is do captains and coaches have an influence on refereeing decisions, even if it's submental or, subconscious?
I would think that the coaches do get a bit of feedback to the refs, but at the end of the day, the refs are the ones that are interpreting the rules. Is there unconscious bias? Who knows? Maybe not. The refs, after all, are human. They're there to do the job.
Yeah.
And I'm confident that they're doing their job to the best of their abilities.
Yeah.
And look, they are going to get some things wrong, some things right. Majority of the time that they're right.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. You'd hope that there wouldn't be super influence from coaches and captains.
Yeah.
But they probably do get briefed during the week.
Yeah.
And there probably are certain things that obviously Annesley's going to bring up in their meeting and say, look, we need to crack down on this a bit harder, or they would go through reviews just as the players and the teams would go through their Monday reviews as well. And
so. And my other talking point off that as well is that, I remember, I think it was after the 2015 grand final, when it went to Golden Point and Thurston kicked the field goal. Now, after that, in final series, the game would actually continue on for the 10 minutes. So should coaches be allowed to have influence on the rules of the game? Because I know that, in the past off-season, I think there was Ricky Stewart, there was, I think there was Des Hasler and someone else, and they sort of got together for a bit of a rules committee, and I wonder if they would be changing the rules to suit them.
No, I don't know if they wouldn't be changing the rules to suit their team.
Yeah.
But what they would say, the game's evolving all the time.
Yeah.
So they would get together, they would discuss, okay, well, what worked, what didn't work, what should we change? Golden Point Grand Finals, let's get rid of that and play to the end of the 10 minutes.
Yeah, the end of the 10 minutes.
Look, if they're playing Golden Point all year, then I don't see why the finals should be any different.
Yeah.
It's. I don't know. There's always going to be a loser. Like one team's going to win. One team's going to seem like they're getting the rub of the green and all the better calls. But for the integrity of the game, I would be surprised if they weren't getting together at the end of the year and going over rules and making suggestions and say, well, let's have a look at this, let's have a look at this, let's get rid of the 6 again because no one likes it.
Yeah, well, even like I was listening to the Dead Set Legends today, another broadcast partner of ours, and like even with the 6 again, like some of them love it and then some of them hate it. So you're never gonna get that consistent. I like red, you might like green.
Yeah. Well, they brought in that 6 again rule to speed up the game.
Yeah.
I think the game, in my personal opinion, I think the game's too quick now, and I think they do need to have, the occasional stoppage.
Yes.
Because they're just getting wrecked, and if you're getting, 4 or 5 or 6 agains in a row, you're trash because you've been defending for potentially 10, 20 tackles in a row. And the more tired you get, the more your discipline's going to go out the window too, which means you're probably going to incur more. And then you run the risk of someone going to the bin because you've had too many.
But then you also get back to the issue of like, do you do that or do you have a system where the old system was where it's just blind penalties, and like you might have like 20 penalties and stuff like that, and you're just stopping the game too much. So
it's a balance. It'd be a balance.
It's a balance. So
See, like back in the day, you'd go for a touch finder, right?
Yeah.
On the 5th tackle, you'd try and kick it out. Then you get a scrum and you bring it in. Like I didn't have a problem with that.
No.
That gave them a minute to catch their breaths, reset the field, and now with the scrum rule where you can set the scrum wherever you want, I think it puts the advantage back in the attacking team again. Whereas you're not having to set the scrum in the middle of the field and they change it to a play the ball. The scrums are probably as good as a play the ball anyway, but it would have just given them a bit more time to have that break. Like they stopped in Townsville, the Cowboys game, for a drinks break because of the humidity. Like, well, if they want to have the fast game, why don't they change it to, quarters? 20 minutes and then have like a 2-minute break, 20 minutes, half time. I don't know. It's all good. It's all food for thought, Jed.
Oh, yeah.
It's all good. I didn't have any controversies this week.
Oh, okay.
Letting the team down. Everything's all good in the world.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, well, in the rugby league world.
We got
an update on that Tigers game.
We might have to have a look. I tip Warriors.
Warriors are in front.
The Warriors are in front, 26-24. I've been a proud Kiwi for the last 80 minutes, so I've got my birth certificate all ready to go.
You're going to change.
I'm going to change
citizenship.
Well, onto that, because the reason why I might have to change was, we're going to talk about Thursday night.
Thursday night this week coming.
We're going to talk about the games that have been.
Oh, okay, segue.
Yeah, a segue.
All right, so this the first game was the Rabbitohs versus Panthers.
Yep.
Now
28-18.
Panthers looked a bit dishevelled.
Yes.
Weren't themselves. I would probably say most of us tipped the Panthers and would have thought they would have won, but well done to the Rabbitohs.
First question is where to from the Panthers for now? Like, they're 1-3. Like, they're 4-time premiers.
I think they need to rebuild. Obviously, it was gonna catch up with them eventually. That they'd build a team, then they'd lose a couple, build the team, lose a couple, build the team. Maybe the couple of guys that they lost from last year they've reached their limit now. Are they going to stay like this? No, I don't think so. I think they're too good. Their system's too good. They're their up and coming players are too good. I think they're just going through a rough patch. I can't see them staying like this all year. Like, it was pretty poor. Like, even Isaiah Yeo was making mistakes.
Yeah, simple errors.
You know, is that pressure? It probably is. Probably is a fair bit of pressure.
Yeah.
You know, were the Rabbitohs worthy of beating Penrith, do you think? Like, did they play good enough, or do you think that Penrith lost it?
See, I don't know how to take the Rabbits, hey? Like, are they the real deal? Like, they've only lost, one game this year, hey? And it's just...
Yeah. Well, look, Johnson back this week, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And he scored that try.
And he scored that try. And they're still missing, essentially, Cam Murray and Latrell.
Well, Latrell's supposed to be back next week.
And he looks strong, like I saw.
So, by all money, they should get better as the season goes on with their main force back. So like possession-wise, or, you know, Rabbitohs 54% to Panthers 46%. We'll just have a look at the post-contact meters are pretty well even. Play the ball speed. So Rabbitohs had a really slow play the ball speed, 3.92 seconds, whereas Penrith was 3.3.
Yeah.
Where's the errors? Scroll down. Our stats guy's not here tonight, so...
Yeah, so this is like a B grade, you know, effort here, mate.
B grade from the A grade team.
Yeah.
So missed tackles, pretty even, like 37 and Rabbitohs 34. Rabbitohs had way more ineffective tackles. And, the errors.
Yeah, and I saw there that Panthers had to make a heck of a lot more tackles as well. So, you know, that's going to make...
so the errors were 10 to the Rabbits and 16 to Panthers. So, you know, stats-wise, they weren't, you know, they were pretty even, just the errors, really.
Yeah. All right, so the second game of the... Oh, did you have anything else, Dave?
That's it. Next one, game of the round, Jed.
Game of the round, apparently. Titans winning 30-12. Look...
Up the Titans.
Up the Titans.
I'm pretty sure Jed's also converted over to the Titans full time now.
Oh, yeah.
After that game.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of teams I'm going to have to convert to, but there was a few errors in this game, it felt like.
Yeah.
Like, especially in the second half. Like, I think you guys knocked it off the scrum, and...
We had lots of missed tackles. So, missed tackles-wise, 26 to the Roosters and 44 for the Titans. So, that's a bit concerning for the Titans, but we still won.
Yeah, so I thought the Roosters' attack looked very disjointed. Like, there were lots of times when, like, the ball play would just stop and they would sort of run themselves into a corner and stuff. And
error-wise, Roosters 19 errors to 11 for the Titans.
Yeah, and you just...
And to be fair, though, the scoreline's not really indicative of the game, though. Like, it was pretty even until about 20 minutes. Till AJ.
Yeah.
Or really, probably that try that Tino scored, where he just ran straight through your defence.
Yeah, I know,
and then we had the intercept and Jase's intercept.
I think it was
AJ.
I think it was like 16 or 12 all up until that intercept, so...
Yeah, it was pretty close. So, and then it was all downhill from there. Where to for Trent Robinson? Is this worrying signs for Trent Robinson, do you think? Is he going to get a tap on the shoulder and say... Look,
I was talking to a fellow Rooster, Mark Nusafora, last night, and he was telling me that, like, you know, we're both saying, yes, you know, you can understand that, but at the end of the day, since 2013, he's only missed the finals once. But then you'd also say, you know, with the team that we've had, should there be more premierships in that thing? And my counter would be is that, yes, but over the last, you know, 5 years or so, we've seen the Storm and the greatest team ever assembled in Penrith. You know, no team was going to beat those teams.
Well, the Roosters they've pretty well always been thereabouts.
Yeah, like prelim and...
I remember a season or two ago, everyone had written them off, and they still managed to get, like, fifth or sixth or something.
Yeah.
So, you know, look, they're there. You know, I think he's pretty well... I think he's safe for this year at least.
Yeah, for this year, but you'd probably want to see some improvement for next year. But, yeah, you can understand with the players that they've lost. So
Yeah,
anything else to add?
No, I'm pretty right with that one. So the next game, this was
Broncos 20-12.
The Broncos away home game.
Away home game at Suncorp.
By the way, we've got a Dolphins flag up there.
Yep.
Found it on. Someone was doing a curbside pickup and posted it on the local classifieds page. And I'm like, Jed, let's go and grab this flag. So we did the quick run up the road, and we were trying to be sneaky, right? And Jed's like, getting out, and I'm like, come on, Jed, we're supposed to be doing a quick run, quick get in before someone sees.
No, that wasn't a. But yeah, like, thanks to his Chinese-built car.
It's Korean.
Oh, Korean.
It's Korean.
Oh, Korean.
Anyway, we won't go into that.
Okay.
So yeah, Dolphins 12, Broncos 20.
Look, I thought this was an okay game, but like, we had lots of rain on Friday night, and I think it really had an effect on the game. But I thought the Dolphins actually fought well, and whether it would be a closer game if the conditions were drier, I don't know. But I think everyone probably predicted the Broncos to win. So,
yeah, I thought the Dolphins put up a fair fight, but errors.
Yeah, the errors.
One point was Adam Reynolds. I think he had correct me in the comments, but 800 or 900 kicking meters by himself in that game. You know, so total kicking meters was 684 for the Dolphins and over 1100 meters for Broncos. So yeah, that in wet conditions, putting up the bomb or the long kick, that also helps to force an error. 6 bombs. There you go.
Yeah. So do you think that there was a kick that the Dolphins did, and the Broncos player was sort of going over the sideline, and he put a foot on the sideline.
Selwyn Cobbo.
Yeah, Cobbo, and the touch judge did not call it out. Do you think that those little calls would have an impact on the game?
Oh, 100%. That I don't know why the bunker didn't pick that up.
Yeah.
And his foot wasn't just on the line, it was over the line.
Yeah.
And the camera was straight on.
Yeah.
And you could clearly see that his foot was past the line, over the line.
Yeah.
How do they get that wrong?
Yeah.
They've got 100 TV monitors they're all looking at.
Yeah.
Have a look at it. Oh no, change a call. Where's the touchy? Why was the touchy not there?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be Johnny on the spot.
Yeah.
If he's 80 metres down the field, why the heck is he down there? He should be sprinting up the sideline to have a look at it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was. Would it have swayed the course of the game? Yeah, that probably could have.
Yeah, it could have.
So you don't know. No one's got a crystal ball, but.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But yeah.
Have you got a friend that has one?
Actually, I don't know.
I've
got a friend that's got a snow globe. Does that count?
Yeah, that probably counts. Yeah. Look, what I will quickly say though is that for the Broncos, I still have to see how they go against a good team. They beat a Roosters team that are not going to play the finals. The one team that did play well against them was the Raiders, and they beat them pretty convincingly. So they've had a couple of games where I just feel like they really need to verse a really good team to see where they are.
Yeah, I somewhat agree with that.
Yeah.
I've been saying for a long time, and this is my, any team can beat any team.
Yeah.
And I think this year is really showing us that any team can beat any team.
Yes.
There was the first couple of rounds, the media was saying, oh, this is the most lopsided competition in history.
Yeah.
But then within the space of another 2 games, teams are winning that shouldn't be winning, and teams losing that you'd think, what the heck? You know? And saying that, Dolphins, they're on the bottom of the ladder, but they put up a fair fight though.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see what the Broncos do against another couple of teams. Once they come up against Melbourne Storm, I think Melbourne's probably the benchmark this year.
Yeah.
Except for their game this weekend, which we'll touch on in a minute.
Yeah.
Even the Bulldogs, they're on top of the ladder right now. So, What are they going to be like that? Time will tell. So we'll get on to the next game.
All right, so the next game was Dragons beating the Storm 14-8. So that's surprise of the weekend.
Bit of an upset game, this one, I think.
Yeah, so, look, the Dragons, they just came out to play. Like...
any team can beat any team.
Yeah, look, the Storm were missing a few players. But, like, I just think it was one of those situations where, like... the Dragons were just ready to rip and tear, basically.
How'd Gutho go?
Yeah, he went good.
He's settling in pretty well,
He's settling in, yeah, you know, like... Do I think the Dragons will make the finals? Look, I think that they'll be around that 8th or 9th. And I do think that, you know, when you come against the best teams, even if you're a lower team, you fire up for it, you know, like you step up to the plate. I must say Kyle Flanagan and Lachlan Elias played very well. Like they're actually like a good little combo there. Like, you know, like they asked Flano today on the radio, you know, will you be chasing, you know, DCE? But he said, no, we're happy with what we've got. And, you know, they might not be the most highest paid players, but we know that we can build on this.
Yeah, they're building.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. I think it was just an off week for the Storm.
Yeah, and it was raining in Sydney as well, so... yeah, were there any stats that really stood out?
The stats were pretty even. I guess the biggest thing was kick meters. Like, both teams, like Dragons had 578, Storm had 450.
Yeah.
So that's pretty low.
Yeah.
The other one was the tackles. So missed tackles were fairly even and pretty low, really. Like Dragons were 27 missed tackles and the Storm 23.
Yep.
Dragons did have a lot of ineffective tackles, so they had 17 ineffective tackles. Errors were 13 for the Dragons and 15 for Storm, so that's pretty, you know,
yeah,
as even as you can get, really. Dragons did concede more penalties, though. They had 9 penalties versus 4.
So do you reckon that the plane ride home back to Melbourne with bellyache would be...
It'd be pretty... I think it would be a quiet,
it'd be a quiet trip.
Yeah. But yeah, look, well done to the Dragons.
Yeah.
You know, pretty low-scoring game, really.
Yep, when the Saints go marching in.
Smash the Storm.
Yep, all right.
This is the actual game of the round. Cowboys versus Raiders up in Townsville.
Yep.
It was a balmy night, or afternoon rather. Cowboys came away with a win 30-20. Well done, Cows. Callan, we'll have to touch on this in the next podcast because you did have a bit that you wanted to talk about. But yeah, well done. Jake Clifford.
Yeah.
So good.
I know.
He's two tries in the space of 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That really turned the game, I feel. They did all the work in the first half. They came 2 tries in the second half.
Yeah. The Raiders did come back there. I think it was like, were they leading at one, or was it like? I think it was like 22-18. So, to the Cowboys, but they
16 of the Cows at halftime to 8.
Yeah, but then the Cowboys scored after that, and then the Raiders scored a couple of tries after that. So, look, the Raiders, I just don't know how to take them. Like, what do you think? Like, they should be winning these games.
Look, North Queensland game hot.
Yes.
You know, home game for the Cows. Desperate for a win.
Yeah.
You know, all the signs were pointing to the Cows. You know, they were still the underdogs, really.
I guess
I tipped the Raiders. I thought the Raiders would have got up.
Yeah, I tipped the Raiders, yeah.
But, you know, it's like what I just said. You know, any team can beat any team.
Yeah.
You know, they're all elite players. They're all professionals.
Even if you're the North Korea Koalas?
I don't know about those guys.
Okay.
I think they need a bit more work. But yeah, look, Raiders. What errors? Let's have a look at the errors here. So missed tackles, like Cows, 44 missed tackles to 31.
Yeah.
And 14 errors to Raiders to 11. So Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, Todd Payton, he's safe for another week.
Yeah, safe for another week. Whether he'll last till round 10, but
well done to the Cows. So the next game on the Saturday was the Sharks versus the Bulldogs. Bulldogs come away with a win there, 20 points to 6.
This was a really good game of footy. Like, I didn't watch a heap of it. I was listening to a fair bit on the radio.
But are the Bulldogs the real deal? Have they shown enough this season now?
Well, considering they were missing $3 million worth of money on the sideline. I think there was like Matt Burton, was it Kickout?
Still out, yeah.
And then I think there's someone else. And the fact that they came up against a fully strength team, Sharks team, and I sort of felt that the Sharks threw everything at them, and to go to Cronulla and beat them and basically smash them at their own game, I think it sort of proves that the Dogs are the real deal.
Yeah, and first time they beat them in Cronulla for like 6 years or something.
Yeah,
or a while anyway.
Yeah. So and I still think that Nico needs to go to fullback. Like, he's just not a half. Like, Jason, you need to get someone better. Go get Cherry Evans.
We were actually talking about that before. Like, because it's up in the air, obviously, that where Cherry Evans is going to go. Like, if Cronulla picked him up, put him in the halves with Trindle, and then move Nico to fullback.
Get rid of what's the fullback?
Put Kennedy at 14.
14. Or get rid of him.
No, he's too good.
He's so good.
He's too good. Too good in attack.
Smells like chicken fried.
But yeah, that's a possibility, I guess, if they got the cap. But look, missed tackles bang on even, 27 each. Errors, Sharks did have a few more errors, 14 to 8. Look, I think Bulldogs, I think they're showing signs that they're going to be the real deal this season.
Yeah. So
next game was Manly versus Eels. That was the first game for today, Sunday this afternoon.
26-12.
Eels were just a bit disjointed. I think their errors let them down again.
They showed a bit. They showed a bit in attack, I thought.
They did. They had some really good set plays. That had Manly on the back burner. They just didn't pull them off.
I feel like when
Lomax put in a ton of effort today. And he's still out on the wing, I think, wing or centre. Get him in a fullback. He's shown signs of a good potential fullback.
Because they got the young bloke, I forget his name, at fullback, and
they're really missing Moses as well. Gutho's left a big hole. That guy.
Because he is the king.
Absolutely, King Gutho. All hail the king.
So.
And big news, Turbo's out.
Popped his knee, so, I mean, what do you do there? Like, he's just too injury prone, but when he's on the field, he's one of the best players in the competition, like.
I think he's just been so unlucky, that guy. They're saying MCL, so they don't think it's going to be, and it's the other knee to the one that he had the issues with his hammy. So if it's MCL, I think that's 6 or 8 weeks or something. So it's going to be a bit of a hit for Manly, but you can't. What do? You can't not play him. He's too good to retire.
And what I do want to quickly touch on is like Cherry Evans. We saw different parts of the crowd booing him today. Do you think that is warranted for what's been for how the whole thing has gone down?
Oh, look, not as much as when he did the backflip on the Titans. It came out in the news that he'd actually been talking with the management and the club about getting out at the 2024 preseason. And it stayed out of the media, which I think is amazing in this day and age that the media didn't catch on to that. They probably could have handled it better. There's a controversy over him announcing it on NRL 360. and then the club calling him and saying, you know, well, we want to offer you a 2-year deal. I think it comes down to money too. Like, it's reported that he's chasing 1.1 mil a year.
Yeah.
Whereas Manly was only prepared to offer him 750.
Yeah. Now, do you think that is, like, say if you had a one player at your team and had earned over $15 million and was getting towards the later part of his career, you know, like we see in a lot of situations where a player of that age will take unders to bring up the young blokes. So
yes.
how would you feel if he was at your
Well,
club?
I can see both sides. Like, playing devil's advocate, Cherry Evans he's only got a couple of years left of his career, essentially. So he's going to want to try and make as much money as possible. So that can set him and his family up for when he goes back into the real world.
But he's already earned $15 million, so how much do you need?
Well, you know, if you look at other elite sports around the world, like how much do soccer players get, and you know, NFL players, NHL players, so yeah, it is a lot of money, and it's more than I'll ever make in my lifetime, most likely. But,
I'm on that money actually doing this podcast.
But essentially, like, his job, his profession is rugby league. And he's going to be finished when he's 37, 38 maybe. And then what's he going to do? He's not going to make that much money for the rest of his life. So
I mean,
look, if I was in that position, I don't know, it would be hard. Like, you know, part of me thinks he should be loyal to his club and take those unders and help them up. You know, the Titans got Kieran Foran in, and I believe that he was discarded from his previous clubs as well. So Manly, they got him in. I don't know how much he's on, but I don't think he's on super.
He's not.
They'll look after him. You know, they'll keep him on after he retires. He said he's happy on the coast. He's not moving because there was talk of one of the other clubs getting him back, and Cherry Evans going to the Titans, and he's like, nah, I'm happy here. They'll get him on. Corey Thompson, you know, he was discarded from the Tigers. They got him on. Corey played full of heart for the whole time he was playing, and now he's retired. Now he's on the coaching staff. You know, look, I think the loyalty does run both ways. You know, like, the club's got to be loyal to the player, which I feel that Manly has been loyal to him. He's also put his body on the line and played exceptionally well.
And still playing exceptionally well.
For a long time. So, it's a hard one. And I'm sure, you know, he's not making this decision after listening to a couple of guys talk on a podcast. So, look, it's disappointing. Booing players, I don't agree with booing players. I think that's just poor form anyway. And it's not like he did a backflip like what he did with the Titans. It's, you know, he's come to the end of his career and he wants to make more money. You know?
Do you reckon you could do a backflip for us right now?
I could, but it's not going to end well.
It's not going to end well. All right, so the last game, unfortunately, we couldn't watch a lot of this. But the Warriors, they came back from...
Come away with the win.
And they were about 10, 12 points down, 26-24. So I got the tip right. Matt got it wrong.
I got it wrong.
So
it was 12 all at half time. So, like you said, it was pretty even. I did see that the Warriors had a few errors that caused it. But, look, they came back in the end and got it. Let's have a look at the errors, actually, while we're talking about it.
And I was unable to watch it because I work, you know, like...
okay. So, missed tackles, you were working, were you?
I was working.
Working in inverted commas. Missed tackles, 44 to Tigers, 38 to Warriors. So that is a fair bit of missed tackles. Errors, though, only 7 for the Tigers and 8 for the Warriors. So it wasn't as bad as what I thought it would be. But well done, Warriors. So they're looking, where are they? 10th on the ladder at the moment. Where are they going to be this year? I don't know. We didn't rate them very high.
I rated the Warriors, though.
Did you?
I put them in the top 4.
Oh, did you?
I put them in the top 4. Okay. So,
well, they're moving on up. Tigers are still hanging in there in the top 8.
And I'm telling you now, like, if the Warriors if they win the grand final,
are you going to move there?
I'm going to move there.
Okay.
I'm going to have my fish and chips and some.
So you're laying down the challenge again.
Oh yeah, that's right. Did I do that last year?
The year before.
Oh, the year before.
Mm.
So, any of my Kiwi brothers and my Chis sisters, let me know.
If we get flagged for that, I'm gonna have to clip that out. But anyway, it's all good fun. Yeah. So the ladder at the moment, Dogs in pole position, followed by Manly, Broncos, Storm, and then the best news of all, the Titans are in 5th.
Oh,
How good's that?
Yep.
Stop it right now. Stop the season right now. I'm happy with 5th. That's great.
Are you going to get your premiership ring?
You know what? I was actually in the car.
Yeah.
I think I might have been coming back from your place, and I was thinking, this season is so strange that I reckon the Titans could probably go all the way this year.
Ooh!
I reckon they could. They've got the roster. Tino's firing.
Yeah.
You know, like Keno's out now for probably the next.
Yeah, so
few
he's
months.
got like a neck injury. He was like a couple of millimeters away from being a quadriplegic, they reckon.
Yeah, so bulging disc.
Yeah.
They're looking at getting it fused or something. So yeah, he's in a bit of agony at the moment. But yeah, look, apart from that, I think we could mix it.
Yeah.
I think we could mix it. So let's have a look at this round. Fresh off the press. So the first game on Thursday will be Raiders versus Sharks in Canberra. This could be quite an interesting game, I think, because both teams coming off a loss.
Yeah.
Raiders at home, the Viking clap gets them across the line.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to tip the Raiders on that fact that they're at home and they grow an extra leg. And I know the Sharks they can play, but now it's probably going to start getting cold down there. So, yeah, I've got to back my green machine.
I think at this stage in the week, I think the Raiders might just get them. Sharkies are favourites though.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. But yeah, Raiders purely because they're at home, I think.
Yeah. Now this could be an interesting game.
The next game first game on the Friday night, Panthers versus Cowboys, 13th versus 14th.
Now the Cowboys are well outsiders, but like, do you have much confidence in the Panthers at the moment?
I can't see the Panthers losing another game on the trot. So that'll be 4 on the trot.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
And the fact is that like, it's obviously great with like the Panthers getting a new stadium, but CommBank just doesn't have that aura or just that when you go to Penrith Stadium, not that I've ever been, but like it's like an ambush. Like no team wants to go there. Where when you go out to CommBank at Parramatta, it's like you're going out to your mate's place. You're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how to describe that, but.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really affect you, so...
And being in the early game on the Friday night as well,
yeah.
How many Penrith fans are going to be able to knock off work early, drive over to the next suburb?
I know.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I know.
Look, I don't think Panthers will lose again. I think they're going.
Look, I'm going to tip.
They're going to be getting flogged at training this week for sure.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Are you tipping Cows?
I'm tipping Cowboys.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm tipping Panthers for that one. The second game on the Friday night, Rabbitohs versus Roosters, the battle for Sydney. Rabbitohs favourites, but not by much.
Look, I might have to tip South.
This is a bit of a rivalry game.
I know.
Too, isn't it?
My head says Rabbits, but my heart says Roosters. But the thing is, like, I don't like the Rabbits, so.
Back your team.
I might have to tip. Oh.
Latrell is back though.
Yeah, look.
So that could be a massive positive, or it could be a bit of a spanner in the works too.
Look, I think I'm going to have to tip South.
I think I'm tipping South as well.
Yeah,
purely because they're at home and Latrell's back.
Yeah.
So if it comes out this week that Latrell doesn't get named, then I think we'll change to the Roosters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think they might get up.
Oh, okay.
But Rabbitohs at this stage of the week, so lock that one in.
Yeah, lock it in, Eddie.
The first Saturday afternoon game, Eels versus Dragons at CommBank. So
this could be another interesting game, like Parramatta at home, and I was just sort of thinking with the Dragons, so like, yes, they had that really good win against the Storm, but like I feel like sometimes you fire up against those better teams. So, and to use up that energy and stuff like that, can they do it again? Because they're coming up against a team that's might get the wooden spoon. So,
yeah, I think this is the week that the Eels will turn it on.
Yeah.
Like, they were showing really good signs today.
Yeah.
So I think they're moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
They're due for a win. They're at home. Dragons are coming off a big win. Does that get to their heads? How professional are they? Will they be like, oh, we beat Storm? Or will they be like, yep, let's get on to the next one, the next one? So, yeah, it could be shaping up to be quite a good game. Like, Dragons are the favourites. But, yeah, look, I'm going to tip Eels this week. I'm taking a chance.
Oh, you're going to take a chance.
Yep.
Take a chance on me.
Take a chance.
Take a chance. All right, so the next game...
Oh, you didn't say who you're tipping.
Oh, okay. I will tip the Dragons.
All right, Dragons, Matt, Eels. So, next game,
Titans versus the Dolphins, 4:30 at Seabus Stadium. Look... I think I'm going to tip the Titans in this game. I think that I reckon that they showed enough, but performance last weekend against the Roosters that they could actually win this quite easy.
And that is exactly what worries me.
And why is that?
Because they're coming off a couple of wins. They're at home. They'll be relaxed and comfortable. Do they carry on that hunger for the win? Or do they relax a little bit and then the Dolphins come in and, sabotage it?
And the Dolphins will be hungry for a win. And so
the Dolphins are hurting. Like, they haven't won yet. They're going to be coming out for blood. They'll be want that win.
I think I'll probably Well, I'll still tip the Titans though.
I will be tipping the Titans this week as well. They are the favourites. We're sitting 5th on the ladder. Let's keep that winning going.
You've been telling a few people that, haven't you?
Yeah, well, you and all our viewers and listeners.
Oh, okay, yeah. Next Saturday is 6:35 at Suncorp again.
Another home game.
It was an away game.
Oh, last one was away home game.
Away home is Broncos versus the Tigers.
Now, this could be an ambush.
Yes.
Tigers could ambush the Broncos here.
Yes. What's more surprising is the Broncos are playing on a Saturday.
Saturday night.
Yeah, Saturday night. Look, I will tip the Broncos, but the Tigers, they got the win last year at Suncorp actually. So, and even though they lost today, they scored 26 points. So, and
Broncos for me.
I'll actually be interested to see how Jermaine Luai sort of goes in this game because Queensland crowds don't really like him, and now that he's away from that Penrith seclusion as such, I
think he might get a bit singled out.
Yeah, he's going to get more singled out.
And I would be expecting a very big crowd.
Yes.
For a Saturday night in the city. Get out there and watch the Broncos.
If I lived in Brisbane, I'd be there, and then I'd be partying it up afterwards.
All right, first game on Sunday, Manly versus Melbourne in 4 Points Park.
This is going to be a very hard game to tip because Melbourne will be missing a few players, but now that Turbo's out, but Manly did show there last week.
Is this the game where Adam Blair and
Watmo, was it?
No, it wasn't Watmo. It was one of the brothers.
Not Anthony. No, Glenn Stewart.
Glenn Stewart, yeah. Adam Blair versus Glenn Stewart. 2009.
2009.
Yeah. This is that game.
Yeah, this is that game.
We won't see any Biff though.
Yeah, we won't see any Biffo.
What are you thinking? Storm? I'm going to tip Storm for this game.
I'm going to tip Manly.
All right.
Yeah, I think just that they're at home, but
All right.
Yeah.
Manly versus Storm.
Yep.
Manly, Storm.
Yeah, our tips, either I'm going to be really good or you're going to be really good.
Yeah, or, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't be any worse than what I am already.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the second game on the Sunday, Bulldogs versus Knights. Bulldogs are the big favourites, playing at a core stadium.
Look, this...
Doggies for the win, I think. The Knights fresh off a bye, though.
Yeah, but you got to tip Dogs. Like
They're going to keep their winning streak
I
going.
think this could be a 20-point margin.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be close up until half time, but then as they about the 60th minute, I think Dogs will kick away.
Yep, Dogs' defence will prevail.
Yes.
They'll be able to tame Ponga.
Yep.
Bradman Best.
Yeah.
Crossland, all them boys.
Yeah, and Best has been playing a little bit injured lately, I feel, so...
Oh, you reckon he's carrying an injury?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
hot tip.
yeah, hot tip of the week.
All right, there you
should
go.
always listen to me, and your life will go well.
You'll never know what you're going to lose. What's it? I don't know.
No, you're talking about sports bet, but...
Oh, yeah, no.
You can...
Don't say that.
Oh.
We'll get in trouble. We're not sponsored.
But you can always trust me.
Trust Jed's tips, because where are you on our tipping?
No, I'm not talking about tipping. I'm just talking about life in general.
Oh, life advice.
Yeah,
Jed.
life advice.
I think we should start a new segment.
Yeah,
Jed's
I'll be doing my own
life advice.
podcast and...
Life advice with Jed.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it for this week. Thanks for joining us.
Yep.
Jason Cowell will hopefully be back with us next week.
Yep.
On the bench.
Yep.
Remember to like,
Subscribe.
share, subscribe.
Any more subscribers?
Not this week, so we're going to try and get to 100 again this year. That's our push. So
Yep.
if you've got 2 or 3 accounts, we'd really love it if you could subscribe on your other accounts as well.
Or if you've got
or your
friends.
Get your mum or your dad, your friends, your aunties, whatever. Hit that subscribe button on the YouTube. We're also on Spotify, so if you're listening to this on Spotify, make sure you give us a rating and a follow.
Yes.
It all helps to get the podcast out there. Leave us a comment too, like let us know what you think.
Yep.
Good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever. Leave us a comment, it all helps. And that's it. Let's get out of here and have some dinner.
Oh, sounds good to me. Have a good life, everybody.
See you next time.